Hello, I'm Teresa and this is Lori. We're from Our View, and we're going to talk for a few minutes about a subject that was actually requested from a few people. And I think it's because of my age. I ask a lot of women my age, what is something that you want to hear about? And I don't know how many said, we need some information of how to take care of our elderly parents and how to take care of ourselves while we're taking care of them. So we have put together a few things that may support you and your parents or whoever you're taking care of. It could be an aunt or an uncle. But let's start first with their nutrition. We know that they can't get a lot of nourishment. So we have Ningxia. This is Ningxia Red. We have it in the bottle and we have it in the packets here. That would be the very beginning, as far as I'm concerned, to help people get nourishment because it's stocked full. And if it was me, I would be giving them a couple of ounces a couple of times a day.
And this is a 2-ounce pack.
Yes,
and it doesn't have to be refrigerated,
right? Which
is the difference in the bottle.
So if they're living at home with you, then this is the easy way to do it. But if they're in a home or some care facility, you may want to just take some of these and leave them because they're convenient and the caregivers there could use them easily. I have an aunt that worked at a nursing home facility and she was always talking about the elderly people there, although she also was elderly. And they had problems with different times with their muscles and mobility. And so she took the bottle of this and she had a bottle of Aroma Siez. This is Ortho Sport, this is Aroma Siez. She took this and she poured out 15 mils of this, which this is 15 mils, and she filled it all. She replaced it with this whole bottle. And she would go into these patients that were complaining about different issues and she would just massage them and rub that in because it would give them such quick relief. So I really picked up on that's what she was doing to take care of these patients. Now, another thing that you need to remember is that they do need to be touched often, but their skin is very fragile. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it tears. These lotions are wonderful, but they're even better if you combine it with a little oil. It just soothes it out some.
Also, frankincense is really good skin supporting. You could add that too.
If I had this, I would trade off probably. I wouldn't do too many because you want everything stable with them. But frankincense often and lavender often blended with some lavender hand lotion or body lotion and massage them very gently. There's another thing is we have Helichrysum and Frankincense. These are great if there are any problems that happen when they tend to fall and mess up their skin in different areas. These
are fantastic for skin support.
Yes, skin support. Helichrysum is wonderful, and it's not a blend. It's a single oil. That's a plant, Helichrysum, and frankincense. So these two would be a really good support for anyone in that position. And then for the emotional part, so often just diffusing. We have a diffuser here and you can diffuse. I would basically do the same things over and over and not change often, but you could do something simple like lavender or the citrus oils like orange and lemon, some of those. Or stress away, you may consider joy. Joy is a great one. So these are things that could support your elderly parent as you're taking care of them. Lori's going to share a few things how to take care of yourself.
Well, I've had personal experience watching my mom care for her elderly parents. Her dad has passed away now. He passed away with Alzheimer's. And there were times during the day when he would get really upset or more agitated. And just to add on to what Teresa was saying, adding the diffuser was amazing. Clarity oil was one that we really, really loved to diffuse with him. And peace and calming, we could just put a little peace and calming in our hands and just go sit by him and love on his neck or his clothes. The caregivers at his home loved the diffuser because I would leave it and I would put instructions on it with the peace and calming sitting there. And they loved it. When I would come in, they would say, "Can you fill that diffuser for him again?" Because it was just peaceful and calming.
One that I forgot to mention, the same line, is Midwise.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, she's talking about the mind and the brain and the issues he had, and that's a great supplement, and it's a liquid form. So that would be a good supplement for that.
Yeah, also, I mean, as the caregiver and for the patients, We've got Vetiver, which is very calming. We've got Brain Power. You can put those in your hand. You can cup them over your nose. Clarity is actually really good for the caregiver as well, because there's a lot of decisions that have to be made that are emotional or hard, or things that you really never thought you would have to be deciding when you're caring for someone that you love so much. So those are really good oils, but I think so often the caregivers are just, we don't forget them, but they forget about themselves.
They're exhausted.
So they're exhausted. And so when it comes to the end of the day, it's not about self-care. It's about hitting the bed and just trying to go to sleep. So the same thing that Teresa said for the patient with the nutrition is super, super important for the caregiver as well. This is going to give you all the nutrition you need. And if you can do nothing else for your body, this is going to be something really good for you. I would also highly recommend you looking into the supplement Sulfurzyme.
Yes.
Not only for the patient, but for you as well. Sulfurzyme is going to support your body, your joints, your muscles, everything from the inside out. We often want to take care of ourselves just topically by putting something on, but we miss the boat when we don't start thinking about how we're going to care for ourselves from the inside out, from the cellular level. So that's
and Sulfurzyme is not a sulfur drug. People ask that all the time. It is not. Our body has natural sulfur, and we get depleted over the years.
Yeah.
And so it's just replenishing that sulfur that we are typically born with.
Exactly. So on the mornings when you really need a little get up and go, and maybe you haven't had the sleep, I would encourage Nitro. Nitro is also not just for natural energy, but it's created for cognitive fitness. So if you need a little more clarity of thought, if you need to just have a little more for the brain power, Nitro is going to be a really good one for you. Stress Away is going to be a big one for the caregiver. And I love that this is made into a roller fitment. So you can buy a roller fitment online. You can get them from Young Living. If you have the starter kit, some came in the starter kit. This oil actually is from the starter kit. So you just put that on there. You apply it where you want it. I like to go on the neck.
Come on.
I'll get you some.
Thank you.
I'll get to the side too. I like the ears. I like the Vitaflex points. So the ears are full of Vitaflex points. The bottom of the feet are full of Vitaflex points. So you can mix the stress away with the lotion for you and for your patient. Another thing that really is important is magnesium and having enough minerals. So we have a supplement called Mineral Essence, and that is an amazing supplement to replenish your body and to really fill it up with all of the minerals that it needs, and we are so easily depleted of. And Epsom salts, please only get unscented Epsom salts.
Yes.
We don't want the scents in there because those are artificial fragrances that are not good for your body. And when you're in a bath with warm water, your pores are open, so you're going to be absorbing whatever's in there, which is good or bad, right?
And your lungs and bronchial tubes are taking it in too.
Absolutely.
I mean,
the steam even
Yes.
of the hot water and whatnot. So you definitely don't want anything scented. So get just some plain unscented Epsom salts. I like to keep them in a big container on the side of my bath, and then I just pour out. This is a couple cups. It's up to you what you want. Put your Epsom salts there while the water's running and I'm getting ready for my bath. I'll pick my oil, lavender, stress away, peace and calming, whatever. I'll just put a few drops in there, maybe 6 to 8, depending on the night, maybe 10, who knows. I just let it sit and soak because oil and water don't mix, right? So if you were just to put your oil straight into that bath, they're just going to float to the top, and that can be actually make it very sensitive for your skin, especially in the hot water. So you want to mix it in the Epsom salts, let it sit, let it absorb. You can toss your empty bottles in there and let them sit. Gets all the extra oils out. And then you just pour it in that hot water and you soak away. Let the magnesium absorb. Let the oils work. Let the aromatherapy work. And I would really recommend doing this at least once a week.
But there are some little side notes to this. Have some water in your bathroom with you.
That's a great idea.
Because you're going to get hot and you're going to get dehydrated. So you need plenty of water to be drinking while you're laying there for 15 to 20 minutes, at least that long. And then if you read about it, you're detoxing. So when you get through, just run some water over you in the shower and rinse all of the toxins off that have been coming out of your body.
Stress creates a tremendous amount of toxins in your body just because you are just creating all of this negative stuff in your body. So you want to really take the effort to detox that. So that's just simple. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water.
And if you don't have time for a full bath, You can do this with just your feet.
Yeah.
Often I will be just watching a movie with my husband and I'll fill up a container with hot water and just put the same thing in that container and soak my feet the same way. It is extremely relaxing. You're getting the magnesium and it softens your feet at the same time.
Yeah, those are just some things. If you have other things that you use as a caregiver or for your patient, we would love to know.
Yeah, please comment about them.
Yeah.
Everyone wants some suggestions, some help.
Yeah, and just click on the description of the video and you're going to see where you can get some of the things that we talked about, Epsom salts and whatnot. So,
and subscribe. We have just look down below the video and subscribe. Yes.
We appreciate you guys supporting us. We hope that you find this information helpful, and this is
Take care of yourself.
from our view.
Yes. You have watched our video. You've heard our stuff. Are you ready to get started with Young Living? If you are, please go to youngliving.com. There's a place there that says become a member. But first, contact the person that told you about Young Living. We want you to connect with the person that was connected with you. So go to that person, tell them that you're interested, then use their member number. And if there's no one that's talked to you about this, our member numbers, our links are listed in the description, and we will be glad to help you. So go do it. It's fun.